Have you guys heard about the 1969 riot that happened on A&T's campus?
No, ma'am. What is that?
All right, let me tell you a little bit about it.
As you know, North Carolina A&T has a legacy of being involved with social justice and civil rights, as seen in the 1960s when 4 A&T students sparked protests across the country when they sat at Woolworths and demanded service. Junior class president at the time, Claude Barnes, had also ran for student body president when he won with a landslide of 600 votes. Administration refused to give him the position because they thought he had possible involvement with radical movements such as the Black Panthers. After hearing the results, Barnes and other students left the school and began to protest and on their way to North Carolina A&T.
And by the time those kids got to A&T, they were a bloody mess.
On Wednesday, May 21st, Dudley High School opened up at its usual time. By 9:30 a.m., some students were picketing the school. Inside, community leaders tried to arrange a meeting so students could air their complaint. Police and school officials asked them to leave. Students agreed to if police would withdraw. Students left. Officers left. 15 minutes later, students ran back to campus and threw rocks and shattered some school windows. Officers returned in riot gear with tear gas. Dudley students tried to get back into the school to escape the smoke and the police, but others decided to run home. That night, Greensboro Mayor Jack Elam went on TV and declared, "We no longer have good order in our city." He asked the governor to send in the North Carolina National Guard. About 150 soldiers arrived in jeeps and armored vehicles.
Was it worth it? That's a good question. The answer is change comes with struggle. We always looked at Dudley High School as being our little brothers and sisters. So it's just like with me right now, if I see children running toward me and they've been attacked, then my first instinct is what's going on. It got down to some core principles that had been violated among those students at Dudley and also with A&T in regards to the city of Greensboro.
Thursday was only about an hour old when Willie Grimes was killed. Grimes, an A&T sophomore, was fatally shot while walking from campus to a fast food restaurant on Summit Avenue. Police department leaders said neither their officers nor the National Guard used weapons that fired the single small caliber bullet that killed Grimes. Much of the violence was at A&T's campus. Police said snipers were hiding in several A&T buildings, including Scott Hall. Police shot back. Officers also arrested 9 people overnight for disorderly conduct. Lewis Dowdy closed the school and canceled exams scheduled for the following week.
Around 1 a.m., 5 Greensboro police officers patrolling a dead-end street near campus were hit by pistol bullets and shotgun pellets. Police called an ambush. The students watched as many of the 650 National Guard soldiers now in Greensboro marched down Blueford Street and past the Holland Bowl. Bullets thudded in the western wall of Scott Hall. The shooting had ended. The shouting would continue.
Scott Hall, an all-males dorm, was torn down in 2004, and villages had taken the place since and was built in 2005.
Welcome to Dudley. I may help you. Come on in. Should know their names as long as I've been here. It's okay. It's a lot. The old gym we call the auxiliary gym now. It's over here.
After digging through archives, we found that Scott Hall is no more than a memory. The class of 1969 just recently had their graduation last year of 2019, and the reflection pool remains as a reminder of those we've lost.
I think that the type of legacy that us as a class could leave, and not just the class of 2020, but thereafter, are the fight that we do to tackle those issues and the ways that we bring forth those issues to administration and demand real change. And hopefully we'll go out into the Greensboro community and make our voices heard so that it's not just an A&T issue, but it is the light of all of Greensboro.